Right, good morning everybody. I'm Alan Wallace and I'm the Scottish Chairman of the jury team. It's my great pleasure to introduce to you today a fantastic candidate to become the next MP for this constituency of Glasgow North East. Scotland led the world when we announced through the Declaration of Arbroath that our rulers answer to the people. The principle of ordinary people having a say in important matters has worked through the centuries in the jury system. We trust a random selection of people that is representative of the community to deliver justice and make wise decisions. This is how Parliament was intended to work. A cross-section of common society, represented in the House of Commons, was a jury on a grand scale. But Parliament has gone awry, and we believe it's because the jury in Westminster is no longer representative of wider society. The party system has created a narrow clique of professional politicians. The jury team is about encouraging new people to go into politics, to become MPs. We support normal people with normal lives and normal jobs. There are lots of them, and what they have in common is that they are fed up with the fraud and the spin of the current political class. They're brave. They stand up to be counted and to make a real difference. They're a feisty group. They're on your side. They can make Parliament representative again. They can form a great jury. We have three basic principles. We champion independent MPs. We're for the improving of the running of government. And we want to allow the people to decide major issues through referendums. We have a programme to clean up politics. We want to replace the current political class with people who will look after their constituents. The good news is that despite all the sleaze in our Parliament, we still live in a democracy. We have the opportunity here in Glasgow North East to send a message to Westminster that we are fed up with the sleaze and expenses. The Labour government in London has so far refused to let the people of Glasgow North East have a by-election. Gordon Brown has made the people of this constituency wait at least 5 months before they're allowed to have a new MP after Michael Martin's resignation. He resigned in June, but the by-election will probably only be held in mid-November. Then the people of this constituency can send the Westminster Parliament a message. And the message is, tell them that you're fed up with them. Make it clear how disgusted you are. Generate a landslide and don't let the politicians get away with it again. Who should you vote for? Well, in Scotland it's basically the Labour or the SNP. Voting for either only encourages them to carry on the same. Take Labour. Michael Martin protected MPs' expenses and then had to resign. He was at the very epicentre of the sleaze and corruption. He's a good man. He's a nice man. But it's a man who became blinded by the baubles around him. Only last week the SNP stuck the knife into Glasgow when they cancelled the rail link to the airport, which they had pledged as part of the Commonwealth Games. They are still an East Coast party for the wealthy and the privileged. And they're guilty of expenses fraud. The SNP showed that they are as endemically corrupt as any of the parties. Given a whiff of the gravy train, they were in like Flynn. These actions are unacceptable. They would be condemned for people in any other walk of life. If you tried to fiddle your social or your expenses like that, you would end up in prison. With opponents like those and with the hatred of old-style politics, we therefore believe that we can win this by-election. We get the politicians we deserve, and we deserve better. Vote for change or stop complaining. So I'm now very pleased to welcome the jury team's candidate. It's a Scottish icon, a Scottish hero, a man who's showed the truth of nae messing, a man of the people, a man who will stand up for Glasgow North East, and a man who understands what it's like to be poor and unemployed, a man who cares. Please welcome the hero of Glasgow, John Smeaton. Thank you.